Hi friends and welcome to Naz's blog with me, Naz, obviously. Couple of little changes. Obviously my hair's down today because I've had a nice lovely shower. It was very nice and hot. I enjoyed it greatly. And I've got rid of the time code, so where the links used to appear down the bottom, they will appear up the top. I figure that might be easier, plus the time code feels a bit redundant considering it's just an after effect. Moving on very swiftly forward, want to quickly talk about the Ground Zeroes additional codec thing that I did. Not my proudest moment, perhaps, doing video stuff like that. It was very dirty, yet it was very, it was literally just, I had one gag, is the fact that there was only so many cutscenes in Metal Gear Ground Zeroes, blah de blah de blah. Let's do a few extra ones. Because I can do a bit of a Snake voice, because I spent the best part of my teen years trying to perfect it. So I can talk a bit like him like this, and say Metal Gear, and all the rest of it. I can do that a little bit. But everybody else, like Psycho Mantis, I mean, that's Psycho Mantis, and all the rest of it, not so great. So just kind of, it's like the South Park style of voice acting. They all kind of sound similar, but I've got to pretend that they don't. So I wasn't happy with that, really, but that's just my limitations as a voice actor. I wasn't happy with the titles I did for it, because it was all just very dirty, very quick. What's the quickest fade function I can do? And what else was I not happy with? There was so much I wasn't happy with it. Like the scripting as well. I was going to do about 5 sections of it, and I didn't, because it just got drawn out, that gag, and I think one of the ones was I was going to do some kind of Cuban, something like Chico, but it ended up sounding Mexican, so it was more like a, "Hey, gringo snake, what you doing over here, killing all our men? What do you mean?" And it was, that didn't work out either. It was a nice enough idea, implemented perhaps poorly, but whatever. We move on from that, and then we come up with other ideas. That's how this video thing works. You just put an idea, go, okay, that didn't work, let's move on. Right, any new ideas I have? I've got one that I'd like to really do, which is like Naz's sermon or Naz's math or something like that. I'll just basically talk about game design ideas, stuff like oh come on, think fast. Yep, sleeping at the start of games. A lot of Nintendo stuff does that, like the Zelda series and the Pokemon series. A lot of napping at the start, which is great. That's a brilliant way to introduce it. You just literally thrust from the bed straight into the adventure, and then it's just like, you gotta do this now because you have overslept, and if you hadn't have overslept, then you'd be more prepared and it wouldn't be such an epic adventure. That generally seems to be my psychology of that. But there we go, there's that. I'd like to do something with Pokemon. At the minute I'm playing through Pokemon Yellow, so I can play Pokemon Stadium, so maybe I'll do like a little 5-minute thing about, you know, how far I've got along, how many Pokemon I've caught, whether any have evolved and all the rest of it. Just sort of like the road to Pokemon Stadium, and then do the Pokemon Stadium video, and then it probably would end there, I guess. A lot of build up for one video. It's really silly, I guess. But yeah, there's another idea. I think that's it really for concrete ideas. I think a lot of the ideas I've said previously in the vlog, I've not gone through with and done yet. I mean, I've got a little title, a little Pokeball title done, but until I get it animated properly, it's not going to be seen for a little bit, because I really want to get the animation nice and smooth and very slick looking. I'm kind of using Motion 5, which means learning a program, which is always annoying. But, you know, it always pays off in the end. When you learn something, you go, yes, I've achieved that. Excellent. Now I can use it for whatever. But yeah, so there's that. I'm hearing a lot on the wires of the internet. Over the internet, is the idea that Sony are going to be getting rid of the HDCP blocking, basically the HDMI block on PS4 in the next couple of weeks, which would be awesome, because then I can do some Ground Zeroes footage. And I don't want to do how fast and anything like that. That's just ridiculous. I want to do like really silly stuff, like, I don't know, chuck C4 around the base, stand up on a ridge, and then go boom, gone. So yeah, hopefully that comes very soon, so I can still be relevant with it. But we'll see. Anyway, moving on, we're going to do Naz's Cool People. which is still not the title for that section either. I've got to come up with titles for things. That's imperative. Maybe I should start making that an idea, and then I'll moan about it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and eventually I'll just come up with a title and stick with it because I'm bored of going on about it. But anyway, Nazs is cool people, shout-outs, whatever. 3 people, 3 awesome things they've been doing, yada yada yada. If you've seen the vlogs, you know the drill. So firstly, I want to give a shout-out to Sammy Cake. I kind of don't want to do this because the video series I want to shout out is her South Park one, which, as any of you know, I'm kind of doing as well. So it's kind of like, my stuff's awesome, but also can you check this out as well, even though I don't want you to go away. But where mine's sort of driven by nostalgia for the series, I'm sort of going, memories. She's kind of just farting everywhere, and you know, that's hilarious. Farts make everything about 120% funnier. That's just a fact. So yeah, definitely go check her out. Second of all, I want to shout out to Pixie Poison 90. Mostly because she, I watched her Witch's House playthrough, and I love the Witch's House because it's a really quirky game made with the RPG Maker. It's free to download. Go hunt it down if you haven't played it. It's really fun. It's a one-time pass type deal, but it's a lot of fun. And she starts out like really sort of like, oh, we're going to go off to the Witch's House. Very nice. And by the end, it's all jumps and scares, as it often is with horror games. But it's a lot of fun, as it always is with the Witch's House. I mean, I've seen quite a few playthroughs of it now, and everybody's got a different kind of reaction to the various things and different ways of figuring things out. So yeah, definitely check her out. Finally, I'd like to give a shout out to Nintendo Fan Forever, because I just recently started following him, and he's doing the Lego Star Wars games. I love Star Wars and I love Lego, but I never played the complete saga. But he's doing that at the minute, and he's got a really good commentary about it, and yeah, it's really interesting to watch. It's surprising how faithful an adaptation that the series of Lego has done for it. It's just those guys at Telltale. They know what they're doing with those, not Telltale, Traveller's Tales, isn't it? TT Games. I always get those two mixed up. One makes adventure games, and one makes point and click adventure games. Yes, that's right. I've got that right. But yeah, it's really faithful adaptation of the series and a really good representation, and it's a lot of fun. It's very inclusive, which is something that can be fluffed up with a lot of franchises when they try and make the transition. They either try and go too far to the kids' side, like Iron Man. The Iron Man Sega game was awful. Just awful. I mean, we can complain about how recent games like Thief and Infamous are a bit bland and whatever, and they haven't done things right. But some of the Sega licensed games are fundamentally broken at a design level. Fundamentally. Not franchise broken, actually broken. But yeah. So I'm going to remember the point I was going on to. Yes, checked out Nintendo Fan Forever. Awesome playthrough of Lego. Really enjoying it. Right. I don't think there's anything else I need to go on about. I don't think I'm going to do another big video next week. I think I'm going to give myself a bit of a break. I think that Metal Gear video was definitely a bit of burnout showing on that, which is weird because I've done 4 of those silly videos in as many weeks. But never say never. Something could come up in the news that pisses me off, or that I think there's a really good idea for that, and I'll just go do it. But I think I'm going to actively sort of step back for a minute, just focus on getting more South Park up, do some more Boxley live streams, and got a few other things in the works with a Flawless Cowboy. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. It should be interesting. But other than that, be good to each other, look after yourselves, you look handsome as always, or beautiful, and I'll catch you again soon. Alright then, cheers.